Hi everyone, it's Tasha here from Namastasha. I haven't made a video in a while. I've been incredibly busy, but this video I've been wanting to make for a little while now. So this one's going to be about emotional healing and how important this is for healing yourself of a disease or IC, especially IC, I think, and like IBS, gut issue type stuff, which usually, honestly, accompanies IC for a lot of people. So, my friend Jennifer on Facebook, she had asked me about this a little bit more, and so I figured this was a perfect time to really talk about it. So, I'll tell you kind of what's happened with me first. I basically reached out to a naturopath called Gwen Foster, who's in Texas. I'm here in Winnipeg, so we just talked over the phone. But I know that she's really helped someone else in the IC community with healing her, almost I think the second appointment she healed, because it was just so recent and they were able to really get to the root of the issue. So basically what she found with mine was some loss stuff, like 3 losses, a pet, a grandfather, a teacher, something like that. And the theme for me really has been unresolved relationship issues, and that's both with men and women. So I seem to have picked poor people in my life that have just taken a lot from me and not given a lot back and not really seen me for all that I am. And I think I've explained that before in different videos, actually. So, and basically, so, the past, year and a half, ever since I got sick, I've basically changed my entire life, I have. And the one thing, though, I haven't been focusing on as much, and I really need to, is stuff within my very close relationships in my life. I have gotten rid of a lot of friends and distanced myself from some family members that really I knew were toxic for me and weren't supporting me. And really, the only way people will get it is either if you tell them or and confront the issue, or you just go away for a while and they might realize it on their own. But honestly, usually you have to stand up for yourself and step into your own power and tell them that it's not okay the way that you're treating you. Because another thing with IC that's really been a recurring kind of I've noticed anyways in the community is there's territorial boundaries, and that's how this girl Shelly healed with Gwen Foster, because she was able to pinpoint the territorial boundary issue, and she was able to unplug from it and not let it take away her energy, and her symptoms just completely went away. So, and I'm not saying it's going to be exactly the same for every single person out there, because everyone's situation is different, and I can't stress that enough, honestly. That's why it's so important for you to figure it out, and for you to take charge of your own life. So you can read and read and read about all this stuff, and it's great, it's fantastic knowledge, it is, but if you don't apply any of it, if you don't change how you're reacting to your own life, then you're going to continue to have your body react exactly the same way. So our cells, they remember exactly what's going on, and with the physical symptoms in the body, it's your body's way of trying to communicate with you that there's something wrong, there's something not right. And I think nutrition's a big aspect of it. I think gut health is a big aspect of it. I think spiritual aspects are a big part of it. I mean, especially for me, I had another thing that came up on this naturopath scan actually was soul theft, and I just went through a soul retrieval, so the fact that it even comes up on the scan means that there's still some soul work for me to do. And I know for myself, I've been much more me. I've even written a piece on it in one of my blogs about how the integration of that has helped me tremendously. And I mean, I'm able to work 47 hours now. I never thought I was going to be able to do it, but I am. And I'm not symptom free, but I am way I'm good. I'm not at a part time in my life where I'm suffering like I was with IC, and I really feel like I'm almost there. I'm almost at the end of my healing. And so basically, I think Jennifer's question was, let me just look really quick, was asking about the naturopath and about emotional pain and diseases. Yeah, so I think, again, you can read a lot about it, you can do all that, but sometimes you need help. You need help with techniques to help you release, and be consistent with it. So I am trained in theta healing. I consistently use that. I used to do it almost every day after the workshop. Now I do it probably like 2 or 3 times a week. Sometimes more, depends. Like, I'm really busy right now, so I don't spend as much time as like meditating and stuff as I should, really. But sometimes you just need to reach out for help, and I think there's a lot of people in the community like that are worried about it being a hoax, or maybe feeling like, well, I'm paying for another thing and like this isn't really worth it type thing, and it totally is. Or like maybe they think that they're not worth it, you know. Sometimes I knew, for me, I had to really reach out to my family and get them to help me money-wise and emotional support and stuff, and they didn't get it at first, but you know, I just definitely needed that from them. And you know, you can't put really money on how much your emotional health is important to your life, you know. Like, I used to have severe depression, and used to have really bad anxiety, and theta healing totally helped me with that. I'm completely over my severe depression. I sometimes get like mild anxiety, or, you know, I have my sad days. Like, everyone has a bad day. We're all human here, right? But it's nothing like it was. And I continue to move forward each day, like this much closer to having it, you know, all resolved for itself, you know? Like, I'm almost there. I know I am, you know? And after all this is done, what do I have left? Like, I have amazing tools for my life to ripple through so that this never happens again, or at least I'll have some sort of idea of why it did, you know. Like, before I was so lost, and I think a part of that again was the soul loss. But I mean, don't be afraid to ask for help from people. Don't be afraid to, like, just know that you're worth it. You're worth being healed. You're worth having a fantastic life with everything, absolutely everything that you want. And there should be, you know, people in your life that really want to encourage you to be the best you. If you have people that are tearing you down for getting better, or tearing you down for, you know, just like having like a great day and you get a bunch of money, or like, you know, whatever makes you happy, or whatever you wanted, and they're jealous of it or something, then maybe reevaluate who that person is in your life. Maybe they're a trigger for you. Maybe that's going to be a problem, because it can be. I mean, honestly, your body's just trying to tell you that something's not right, and you need to either make a change, or your body's going to still react however it's reacting and manifesting disease, you know? Again, like, it's not just the mind stuff. It's definitely nutrition. It's definitely gut health. You know, definitely taking care of the spirit too. But when it comes to the mind, like, I think a lot of people underestimate, like, stuff that isn't tangible, stuff that they can't see. But you know how it feels. Like, you know inside what feels right, what feels off. And the more that you trust your intuition, the more that you can sense things and be able to release what you need to release without being so rigid in your life. Like, be fluid and flow it. Be accepting to whatever comes your way, instead of like reacting to something and, oh, this is bad because this isn't how I wanted it to be. Like, sometimes you just kind of have to like let things be, you know? And I think the more that you find yourself releasing, like, if soul issues are a problem, like it was for me, like, I had to like filter through so many other people's problems before it got to me, that I would be so confused about a situation, right? Like, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but like, now that I've done the soul retrieval and I've released some other people's pieces, and now I got some of mine back, like, things are just so much more clear and concise, and I can make decisions about my life and not be like confused about it or unsure of my direction. Like, I know kind of what I want to do with my life, or at least some idea. And again, I don't like things to be rigid, so I'm open to whatever comes my way. But all I can say is that when it comes to emotional healing, it needs to be something that you work at. It's not something that you just reading a book. And Jennifer, I'm not meaning that as like a stab at you or anything. Like, I just mean like journal, meditate, do some yoga, go and get help if you need it, because there's people out there that want to help you and that will help aid in your healing journey. And I just don't even know what else to say. I just wish everyone to come to this path where they can create a life that's absolutely everything that they wanted, because it can be. You can totally transform your health if you believe in it. If you don't believe in it in some way, then that's what you're going to manifest in your life. You're going to continue to manifest, like, and that's scary, I guess, but if you just really step into your power, into who you really are, and maybe you don't know that yet, but you're figuring it out, and that's okay. Everyone is on their own journey, their own path, and this happened to you for a reason. And for me, it was a huge wake-up call for my life to be like, hey, you're going the wrong way, girl. We tried to show you, we tried to throw rocks your way, but you didn't get it, and now it's like, you hit a really big rough patch, and then soon everything, at least it is now, turns around and gets better. And I just want to share some encouragement with everyone else out there who's sick and hurting and suffering, and like, it can get better. It can get so much better than what it is right now, and it will. It will. As long as you want it enough, you will get it. It might not happen in a day, but all you can do is take each day as it is, and follow your intuition. Again, I can't stress that enough. Follow, in your gut what's right for you and what's wrong. And only you can figure out what's right for you and what's wrong. Like, you don't have to listen to me. If what you think I'm saying is like bullshit, then don't listen, There are so many other people out there that are here to help and want to encourage you to live a healthy life and have everything that you want. And it's more than just what you're eating. It's more than just like some alternative therapy out there. It's something within yourself that you have to figure out. And whatever that is, whatever the message is for you, you'll figure it out. So I'm wishing everyone the best, and I hope that you can find your way and know that emotional healing is such a key aspect to healing any disease. And yeah, just have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Namaste.